Hey guys, Joe here. So I just went to the doctor's because my ankle is still screwed up. So if you talked about it a while ago, but it's probably been like 7, 8 weeks, and was dumb. Jumped off the surfboard, thought I was in like 2 and 3 feet of water. It was probably like 8 inches. Felt a crack. Went to the urgent care. They said it wasn't broken. Like it's probably just sprained, whatever. Here we are, several weeks, almost 2 months later, and it's still jacked up. So I can walk forever. It's just, sliding my foot into the shoe. But anyway, so they gave me a brace. So that's what I'm at. Anyway, so yeah, focus on your actions, not your goals. So I was having a conversation with my son. He is 11 years old. And we've been having issues in the past. Long story short, we're going back to like the point system again, just because it does motivate him, right? And he keeps on saying, and he's done this for months, and I'm like, and he would say like, I just need to do this, until this certain date or until I get this many points, and then I'm gonna get basically what I want. And I have to keep on explaining to them, I'm like, do not focus on what you want, because what's going to happen is you're going to get what you want, and then you're going to stop doing the things you need to do, and then you're just going to be in trouble again, and then we're going to just start the cycle all over again, right? And it's the same for adults. I keep on like I have to realize it for myself because I do the same shit. Like everyone does the same shit. But like we focus on the crap that we want, and like that's all we focus on, right? And but the things that we want, it doesn't really matter what we want. It matters on like, a better way to ask, instead of saying how can I get this, it's more of like what do I need to do consistently in order to get this, right? And if once you figure out those items, like whatever it may be, like for me, if I want to grow this wholesale business more, then at that point I need to focus on, what are the daily tasks? Like, should I just be keep on like trying to like count my money, for when the customers come, or should I like, maybe call people and try to get their business, right? Or should I, work at the, on the warehouse, making sure that we have everything that we need, it's organized correctly, and we're putting out a great final product. You know what I mean? Or the communication aspect. So it's really about it for the video. It's so simple, but I think we all just kind of forget about it and, get stuck in the day to day, where we go all gung ho, kind of like he's doing right now. And then like a few days later, like that initial that initial energy and everything, excitement and everything else kind of wears off, and then we're kind of like back to where we are. But if we just focus on just doing the things we need to do every day, like every day, it doesn't matter if we feel like doing it, if we want to do it, doesn't matter what's going on. At the end of the day, there's probably two, three, four things that need to be done every day. And if we would just do those two, three, four different things every single day, we will literally get whatever we want. Because that's the thing I say to them all the time. Like for me, at the end of the day, I just want to. So if this is running, I don't know if it's working or not because it says live, but it says 413. So, and its video is even going any further. It just focus on the things and just do the. Oh, going back to myself. Sorry. So he has ADHD, and we're getting him tested, but we feel as though he's on the autistic scale as well. Just because my wife has worked in the special needs, and yeah, this thing's working. So she's worked with special needs kids for several years before I took her for the fence company. But she feels as though he's definitely on the spectrum, which is fine. But he does get himself in trouble a lot, and the complaining and the arguing and everything else. And I have to just like the thing I tell him all the time is like, dude, if you literally would just do what we ask you to do and like be helpful and be nice and not complain like every second of the day. I said you will literally get whatever you want in life. And it's the same thing because that's like his daily, like that's his stuff that he needs to do on a consistent basis. And for us, it's the same thing. Like if I would call on a consistent basis, and email and everything else, like I would get the business I want to get. Right? It's literally that simple. Like I think we make it way more difficult than it needs to be, and it's just that simple. So Anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day. If you know someone that is an unbelievable salesperson, I need a salesperson. Like I was talking to, I guess this is the family video. So I was talking to a guy that I knew just from the fencing groups, and like he is like ridiculously successful. Has an awesome story. It's just ridiculous, and like he was talking about his closing rates and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, like, do you have a training program? Do you have this, like, what do you do, right? And he's like, well, the main guy that does the sales has 25 years of sales experience for fencing. I'm like, well, it's just at a point where we're realizing more and more that we know this, that like we can't treat people that just don't know what they're doing and try and get them to like where they need to be. We need to bring in people that know what the hell they're doing and like just want to sell and make money, right? And on top of that, work with a company that is, upfront and honest about pretty much everything. And like we just do a good job for our customers, right? So we basically need help in, I guess, one of two areas. Number one would be for, I do want someone for the wholesale operations. I do want to bring in someone that will, sell and bring these companies in so that we have them as wholesale customers. That's number one. The other thing that we need is phone support. But it's different than most. Commission wise, like you can make a shit ton of money if you want to, right? Numbers wise, we'd have to run it, but I would say in the six figures. Now, this would be, as far as phone sales and stuff like that, that would be a remote position. So if you want to go and live anywhere in the world, this would probably work for you, right? And so we have two different programs. One is basically selling for the fence company itself. And then the other one is like we start this new program where basically the customer calls in. We give them pricing for us and like 5 and 6 other companies. And from there, the goal is honestly for them not to use us. But basically, the commission structure would work out like if they end up going with us and you sell us and we get the job, your commission structure would be higher than what it would be as if they went with the one of the other contractors, just because there's a lot more money when we're installing the fence compared to if we're just supplying the materials. So, but like it's a ridiculously easy system to use. You literally draw it out. It will spit out a price for us and these, 4, 5, 6 other companies, literally in a minute. Like it's pretty crazy what it does. So if you know someone that's interested, that's really, really good, that has the experience and everything else, that can come in and just run with the ball with and get support from us, like that's what I need right now. So hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon.